go talk to Danica Patrick. Good to see you. What are you doing here?
I'm enjoying myself.
Oh my gosh. Y'all please leave 50 Cent and Lil Wayne alone and let them have these women, these exotic women that they love, and these women that care about them so much, not for any exploitation, but just for the pure love of Lil Wayne and 50 Cent. Let those women have them and let them have those women. So I actually have seen like this illusion in real life that exotic women are so much better than black women, or exotic women are the new way for black men. I've seen this happen in real life. So let me tell you quick story, right? So my husband was in the Navy, and we were stationed at the time in Washington State, and we still live in Washington State, right? We from Texas, but this is where we ended up due to his orders at the time. So you get up here to Washington State, you'll quickly realize that there are not a lot of black people. Surely like not as far as north of like Seattle and things like that where the base is. It's not a lot of black people, and then on top of it not being a lot of black people, there are even fewer black families. Like it's interracial utopia up here. Like it's, LGBT land. The sidewalks are literally painted rainbow, and then there's also like interracial utopia. And so my husband has come to me because he's a black man. I've been with my husband for 10 years. He's a black man, right? So me and him talk about a lot of things. And so he has a friend. I'm not going to say his name, but he has a friend. I'm just going to say his name. We're going to call him B. There you go. His name is B. It's perfect. He's from New York, so that whole B thing go together with that, right? So he and B, like they were cool or whatever, start having conversations, and I remember him saying that B asked my husband, was he married? My husband's like, yeah, I'm married. I have a beautiful wife. I got 3 kids. Love my kids and my wife to death or whatever. And B ended up saying to my husband, like, good luck with that. I love my black people, but I can't deal with black women. I ain't never really tried to, and I don't even want to go there. This is a black man saying it. B is a black man, by the way. So he was just like, he wanted to, I guess the person that he was with, he ended up getting with a Spanish woman, literally a woman from Spain. And so that was the last I heard about that. I was like, oh, I guess he won't be coming to the cookout. I guess he won't be coming over the house. Like, I'm not cooking potato salad for him. He can eat whatever, Maria is cooking. So this ended up coming up again because my husband was going out for drinks one night with the fellas, and B was going to be there. And he was like, I asked him like that, and I was like, hey, babe, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I think I'm just going to go out for drinks tonight. I'm going to come back. He was like, I'm tired, but I'm going to come back, maybe an hour or two. I was like, cool. I was like, oh, so who is all going to be there? And he told me that B was going to be there. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I'm glad he doing all right. He already told me this man, and I already had like such a negative view of black women. But my husband is the type of person, he will try to give other black people a chance. So he was or is still friends with him. And so B ended up telling my husband that well, I guess I asked my husband, like, how's he doing? He was like, oh, it ain't too good, but I don't want to tell you. And I was like, why don't you want to tell me? He was like, because you are, I don't know if you're going to laugh if after what I told you last time about what he said about black women, I don't know if you're going to want to actually, like, if you're going to have sympathy or empathy towards them. And I was like, try me back. Just try me. And my husband is laughing because he knew what he was about to say was kind of going to, make me giggle a little bit. And so B ended up telling him that, he got into it with his Spanish woman because I guess they were having financial issues and she didn't want to work. And he was pressing her about it. She was always buying stuff and doing things. So he was pressing her about like, hey, I need your help. And instead of helping him, you know, they got into an argument, and she left and took the child that she had with him, the little mixed baby, took the little mixed baby back to Spain, y'all. Yes, she took the little mixed baby back to Spain. Just up and left America and went back to Spain, and he couldn't do a damn thing about it. And I was like, you know, in my mind, but when my husband finished the story, I was like, but black women are difficult though. Ain't that what he said? You know, his little exotic Spanish woman is, you know, is gold, but black women are difficult. So that situation shouldn't even be that. So that's my story on how I've actually seen this exotic things are better, you know, exotic women are better thing in real life. This whole situation play out. And he did beg her to come back. She came back about 7 months later with the child, only to leave again. And then since then, he has moved out of Washington State. Me and my husband still reside here for a little while, but he has moved out of Washington State. And I don't know if my husband communicates with him as much. I do know they're friends and they talk from time to time, but I don't know if he has communicated with him as much. But I just hearing that, that's why I don't flip out when I hear situations like what 50 Cent and Lil Wayne said. I don't flip out when I hear that, because I've seen that happen in real life. I've seen that. How they may think another type of woman is better, when you will eventually find out that women will be women and men will be men regardless, right? But to then kind of shit on your own people, on your own women, leading with that, and then just leaving and thinking that you're going to find something better. So I don't know what B is doing now. I don't know where Maria is. I don't know where the little girl is. I don't know nothing. But I do know that I'm not going to say he regrets what he said about black women, because he probably doesn't. But I just thought it was pretty ironic on what happened to him. And so I usually don't care too much about celebrities and celebrity news and celebrity gossip. I really don't. This only got my attention because I kept seeing people that I may watch occasionally on YouTube post videos in reaction to this. So that's how I came across it. But I just wanted to come on here and at least attempt to soothe my people who are hurt by this. And that's, you know, that's okay. You didn't expect that. Maybe for whatever reason, you didn't expect 50 Cent and Lil Wayne to say something derogatory or to say something that's not in favor of black women. I don't know who wouldn't expect that, but, you know, maybe you didn't. So my advice on this, is to not be upset. I don't know what we thought they were going to say. What did you really expect Lil Wayne to say? The same Lil Wayne who has been colorist, the same Lil Wayne who has made derogatory marks about Emmett Till. That's the same Lil Wayne. I don't know what y'all were expecting, but that's the person that we are, as a collective, I guess, upset with. And as well as 50 Cent, who continues to put out destructive material regarding black people. I just wanted to know, what do we expect from a man who disowns his son? Like, what do we expect from him? They have been disrespecting black people for the longest, and I'm just not sure why now we're upset. And this is to my black sisters. And even to black men, like, I really want y'all to know that it's okay. You feel that type of way about black women, or black women that feel that same type of way about black men. It's okay. Keep that in your circle. If exotic women, white women, I don't care, whatever type of women and these type of men are really that much better for you, then you should have no issue staying over there with them and praising them. My grandmother always told me, if you have to put down one thing to uplift another, then I guess something in the water ain't clean. And she meant that you shouldn't have to downplay one person to uplift another one if that one person that you're uplifting is really the real deal, like you suspect them to be. You shouldn't even be worried about anybody else. So that's what I'm saying. Obviously, if exotic women are so great, then that's fine. Then why are you even talking about black women? Black women who think that, Brad and Greg, they here for you, that's fine. Why keep even bringing up black men? Why do that? I don't understand that to that extent. Why, and then be so boisterous with it. Both ways. You screaming at the top of your lungs how you hate people that look like you, of another gender. And that's fine. But just realize how silly you look. And to black women, like, would you really want these type of men desiring you? I really want to know that. Do you really want these type of men to desire you? If, these are the men who decided, okay, they've been with black women, had, they first little child with a black woman, and decided that they were above us. Okay, now it's time to move on to the, the white women. Now it's time to move on to the exotic women. And pretty soon, these men will be kissing and desiring men. Oops, it's too late for that. It's too late for that. So I just suggest that we focus on black men who do love and desire us. Stop giving attention to this ignorance. Something or someone is only as powerful as you make them. So let's stop feeding into this. Like, I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I fed into something Lil Wayne or 50 Cent had. Maybe it was like middle school, high school, when they were really popping for me, when they came out. But as far as now, like, I couldn't tell you. So I just want to say that it also low-key irritates me because we know that video probably had a combined views of probably over 1 million, right? And that's fine for people who want to indulge in Lil Wayne and them and tend to care about that. But like, I'm confused because black men who actually uplift black women, like I think his name is Lethal. I watch him all the time. Shoot, I should know his name. His name is Lethal Black Man, and all he does literally is uplift and love only black women, and he is unapologetic about it. And I cannot just begin to describe my disgust with the fact that he only has a certain amount of views and a certain amount of subscribers. So my advice to black women, if you have time to pay attention to people like 50 Cent and people like Lil Wayne in that manner, why not have time to pay attention to people who actually uplift you? Like people like Lethal Black Man are the reason why I don't really pay too much attention to black women bashers anymore. I surely don't pay attention to black men bashers because I'm married to a black man. I've been married to a black man coming up on 10 years now. I could not even fathom nothing that they're saying about black men. I can understand some of the places that they're coming from. I do, but I know that's not all that there is about black men. So, I just wanted to let that be known. Like, we don't have to feed into that. We can always choose to pay other things attention. I believe men like 50 Cent and Lil Wayne will become a lot more quieter in your subconscious if men like, let's say, a Nick Grant, Lucky Day, BJ the Chicago Kid were what you indulged in. If you just have to have celebrity upliftment and, if you just want to hear that. So please don't let men like Lil Wayne and 50 Cent live in your mind rent-free, pretty much. Don't let them stay in your mind. There are plenty other black men out here that do uplift black women, who do care tremendously about black women. But if you only think out the negative, if you only look at the destructive people and expect anything other than destruction from them, who is really to blame for that? We have to look beyond the people who are given the main spotlight to talk trash, to talk miserable things because they are miserable themselves. So that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted my beautiful Black sisters to know that they do not represent the majority, and that don't sit up here and let a couple of Black men just ruin your desire or your need for Black men, okay? So I just want all my beautiful people to have a great day.